right? And if I read this, it's a word problem, page 363, number 32, because they didn't have an example that was just clean. Right? It said a ship leaves port at noon and has a bearing of south 29 degrees west. If the ship sails at 20 knots, how many nautical miles south and how many nautical miles west will the ship have traveled by 6 p.m.? So the first thing is they've introduced some terminology here, which you may not be familiar with. Knots, you know what a knot is? It is a nautical mile per hour. A nautical mile is a little bit longer than what the miles that we use, which are called statute miles. It's 1.15. Yeah. Did I write that wrong? Yeah, you're right. Oh, no, it says south and west. I think I may have read it wrong. It's south and west. So knots is a speed, right? You wouldn't say like I'm going 20 knots per hour because it's got the per hour part is part of it, right? So, they're telling us this ship left at noon and it was out at sea for 6 hours. It stopped at 6 p.m. So if you're going 20 knots for 6 hours, how far did you go? What is 6 times 20? 6 hours times 20 nautical miles per hour is 120. So now let's draw a picture that includes the bearing. Right? If I say south, 29 degrees west, which quadrant am I in? Right? South, this is straight south. Right? This is straight south, and this is west. So south, 29 degrees to the west. That's what that means. Right? And we just said after 6 hours, they had gone 120 nautical miles. Right? The question is, after 6 hours, how far have they gone south and how far have they gone to the west? So let's say I want to go to the west distance first. Let me make that an x. Then what is the trig function we can use to solve for the x? Here's your 29 degrees, so it's opposite hypotenuse, sine. So we're going to say sine of 29 equals x over 120. X equals 120 sine of 29 degrees. .2. That's nautical miles. 58.2. Okay, now we still need to find this side. How do we find that side? Yeah, again, you could use a cosine, right? Cosine of 29 is y over 120. That might even seem like an easier calculation than Pythagorean theorem. Either way. How about this time I'll do it with a cosine. Right, y equals 120 cosine of 29. And if you did Pythagorean theorem, you could see if you get the same thing. Looks like it's I got 104.95, so I have to round that up, 105. I think when I did Pythagorean theorem last block, it wasn't exactly 105.0, so probably some rounding things going on here. Come on, don't lock up on me now. There we go. There we go. But the main point, that's the bearing, If they give you something that looks like north or south, degrees, east or west, That's a bearing. That's supposed to help you draw the picture, put the angle in the right place.